Good evening, good evening. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to Live, the nighttime tea, and you're live with Robin. I am your glamour planner. Welcome back to Thursdays. I was sick for a while, and anyway, y'all, come on in, come on in, come on in and join me because tonight is going to be fun tonight. I have to get one more thing. Tonight we're going to make a healing pepper oil. This has been such a busy week for me. A very busy week. Um, Besides the volunteering that I do and community service that I do, I do a wellness for seniors for Black History Month. They invited me to be a part of their Black History Month celebration, which is teaching wellness to seniors. So I had that yesterday. It was absolutely beautiful. The seniors were very receptive. We talked about the funny things. I try my best not to only talk about herbs because there's so much more to talk about when it comes to wellness. But I always end up back on my favorite subject, which is herbs. Hey, Karen, how are you? Welcome to Thursday Night Live. It is the tea, the nighttime tea. Tell me what you're drinking. You got some tea tonight? I got some tea, y'all. I made some tea, and it's a nighttime tea. I actually developed a tea that's for the nighttime tea. So the nighttime tea, it consists of chamomile, roasted chicory, elderberry, definitely chamomile. I doubled up on the chamomile. I did uh Kenobi Iba. I did add that because I'm still trying to bring my blood pressure down after getting those steroid injections. So I'm still working on my blood pressure, bringing that back to normal. It's a battle, y'all, but it's one I'm in it to win and in it to fight. I refuse to let my health get away from me. I refuse. And if I could help anybody else take control of their health, if you would have seen the seniors, I have to share the pictures. I normally share the pictures on Instagram. If you guys have not been to my Instagram, it's R_R Queen Collection, basically. R Queen Collection on Instagram. I normally share the pictures. So tomorrow I'll try and share the pictures there. Oh, I'm so glad. Green and peppermint tea. Ooh, and guess what I did? My seniors that I teach on, that I work with on Wednesdays, I was telling them about going to get, if they don't have a garden and they want to try and grow some of the herbs that they need, they definitely need mint. I showed them mint yesterday, basil, dandelion. So yesterday, my class with them was about top vegetables for senior health. And I went over, I had to show them some dandelion greens. I can't get around it. Dandelion greens is dandelion greens, y'all. Woo, they are good for you. So I showed them what it looks like. We talked about dandelions, that if they have them growing in their yard, as long as they don't spray pesticides or herbicides or any kind of Roundup or anything out there, then they can grab those dandelions out of their yard and they can use the whole plant. You can take the flowers, you can take the stem, you can take the leaves, and then when the plant is nearing its end, you can take the root. Go on and grab that root up and get you some dandelion. And I shared with them how that's a coffee alternative. And they were just so impressed and they were so excited. You would not be so. I remember many lives ago, I shared how when I came into really taking this seriously, herbalism and wellness, becoming a wellness coach, that I wanted to help people be well, and that was so important to me, and that was key to me. And I shared my story and my own journey of how I did that. Hi, Ray of Sunshine. Yes, dandelions are my favorite. And in that journey, during one of those earlier videos, I shared with you guys how 75% of the world follows natural medicine. Not to say they don't have doctors and practitioners and those things. No, I'm telling you that 75% of the world practice natural medicine. They practice it. And if you would have saw how many of those seniors are conscious, they're conscious of their health, conscious of their well-being. And I know there's lots of people, I try to, you know my motto. My motto is your doctor is not your dictator. He is your partner in your health. And when I was talking to them, I didn't even have to really say that to them. I said it, of course, but hearing them say, no, 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 I went back to my doctor. I don't like this medicine. This medicine hurts me. When I take that medicine has caused this to happen. They are conscious of their health. And I was so impressed and I was so excited seeing how that they take their health serious and they were receptive and we had a good time. We actually had a tea party. It was a tea party. I enjoyed them so much. They asked so many wonderful questions. Um, they even gave me some things that I didn't even know that I have to go and look up myself. And it was just an amazing event. It was an amazing time with them. And shout out to Miss Denise because she does such a great job with putting on events for seniors to make sure, that she's looking out for them. And I really applaud her for that good work that she does over there at the senior center. So shout out to Miss Denise, especially if you come in here and join the live. I know I asked you guys. Shout out to all of the wonderful ladies that were at the senior center yesterday. And some of them weren't seniors, some of them were seniors. But shout out to all of those wonderful ladies who joined that workshop yesterday. We had a good time. We had a nice old tea party. We made some tea. I'm trying to, get people used to getting off of these teas that they're used to. And my plan is for us to continue. In Africa, they have that tea evolution. Again, I shared that many a while ago about how they're trying to get people off coffee. They used to only do herbal remedies, herbal teas, and then they started drinking coffee. And he said so many people were drinking coffee that they decided to do this tea evolution where they turn people back to herbal teas instead of coffee. So that's what I'm trying to do here. Hi, Cece. How are you? Ray of Sunshine, how are you doing? Cece, how are you doing? How are you guys doing? And so I am starting, instead of the tea evolution that they're doing in Africa, I am starting an herbal tea evolution. So say with me, herbal tea evolution. That's what I am starting. I got some teas. You guys are gonna be able to get some teas that say herbal tea evolution, and then on the back it's gonna say there's a herbal tea for that. I'm so excited. I'm just so excited. So yeah, hey Tigsy. How are you guys doing tonight? Thank you, everybody, for coming in on the live tonight, hanging out with me. We're going to have some fun because I got some, of course, I got some surprises and treats and things to share with you guys. But I have, we're going to be making a healing pepper oil. So you guys see me a while ago make pepper sauce, which is with the vinegar. This time, I wanted to make a pepper oil. So many people are in pain, and my shop that I have, I don't have anything in there. Well, I have fire cider in there. I have bitter leaf shots in there. I have healing oils, hair oils, um, deep conditioning oils, beard oils for men. Like there's so many things in my shop, natural things. Herbal toothpaste is in my shop. So there's so many things in my shop. And when I was talking to a lot of the ladies yesterday, a lot of them mentioned being in pain. And I wanted to be able to provide a herbal solution to their pain. So tonight I'm going to show you guys how to make a herbal healing oil. We will be using peppers to make the healing oil because we're going to use it's going to be the heat and the healing properties of uh capsaicin, however you want to say it. We're going to be drawing those properties from these peppers, and we're going to make a healing oil. But again, you can take it, you can do the double boiler method. You do not have to wait like I do because I like the natural process of making the healing oil, mine will sit for 6 to 8 weeks. So once we infuse it, I will put it in a cool, dry place. I have my apothecary downstairs in my kitchen. I have all the blinds closed so there is no light that comes in through that area where my apothecary is. And I'll show you. I'll show you some of the jars, how I store my peppers. I'll show you the peppers that I dried because I am going to try a little bit different. A lot of people use the peppers when they make it, but I'm going to try some different peppers. I'm going to use different peppers. Of course, I'm going to use crushed red pepper because that's how everybody makes theirs. Everybody normally just make theirs with crushed red peppers. As you know, I like to be a little dramatic and I like to add a little bit more because so many people are in pain and I want to help them with that pain. Of course, I have them on chamomile at night. A lot of them seniors are suffering from lack of sleep. A lot of us are suffering from lack of sleep. We work so much and we are so many things to so many people and we don't slow down for ourselves. The moment we slow down, we realize we're in pain. We realize that we are not as well as we could be. And so we have to take some time out for self. I told y'all this year, I want to be better this year than I was last year. I want to be better this year than I've ever been. I want to be more pleasing to God. And I want to focus so much on service to other people. Because when you service other people and you're not thinking about yourself, you become well. You become healed. You become a blessing, but God blesses you. And remember, we don't do things for those blessings. God just blesses us because we open our heart to be of service to somebody else. Yes. Cece, so many people got pain. Like they have some serious, serious pain. And I'm going to show you guys how you can use this oil. This oil we're going to make tonight is oil that you can, once we strain it out. So if you use the double boiler method, right, you can use it right away because you're going to quickly draw those properties out from the peppers and you'll be able to use it. Me personally, I say wait 24 hours. If you use a double boiler method, that means that you take it, you put your peppers in, and you put your oil in, and then you put it in a pot of water. And I'm telling you now that water needs to sit for at least an hour. You need to put it on low heat, bring it up to a boil first, then turn it down on low and let it sit there for an hour. You need at least an hour for that pepper to infuse with that oil. And then after that, you're going to strain it. Even if you wait the 4 to 6 weeks like me, some people only do it for 2 weeks. I'm just only sharing with you what I do for it. But after you do that, you want to strain it, whether double boiler method or you wait the 4 weeks of infusion, you want to strain it out. Now, after you strain it, those that do the double boiler method, just wait 24 hours. Let those that kept sinking, let whatever you're using to put in there, let it infuse into that oil. Let it become soluble in that oil. Okay, because whether you know it or not, so what we are doing when we're doing the oil infusion, we are drawn on not the water soluble properties of the peppers because we've dried them. We're pulling on the oil properties. They have oil soluble properties. That's what we're pulling on when we're using these peppers and infusing them. And I know I'm talking a lot. I know I'm talking fast. Anybody got any questions? I'm sorry, I talk, 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 talk. I have to slow down sometimes and hear what if you guys have any questions. So tonight we're going to chat. In the comments, I want you to let me know what tea you're drinking tonight. All of my seniors are on either chamomile tea or lavender tea. Um, I told them chamomile because, and not to say that lavender doesn't have it. We've talked about lavender before. I did a whole video on lavender. We are talking about the anti-inflammatory, the antioxidant properties. Because remember, if you are in pain, there's inflammation. Wherever there is pain, there is inflammation. And we have to tackle that inflammation. Most of us are battling inflammation all day long. There are medicines we take that cause inflammation. There are foods we eat that cause inflammation. Most of the time, our stomach is inflamed. So we have to constantly take herbs that are anti-inflammatory. So I always give everyone chamomile. Chamomile serves so many purposes, guys. Chamomile is not only anti-inflammatory, it is an antioxidant. Chamomile also falls under an adaptogen, which means that the more you use it over a period of time, the more it is good for your health. So we want to use that on a regular basis. Chamomile is one of those herbs that are considered generally safe that people don't have an allergic reaction to. But never say never. Always, always, always do your due diligence. Those are my favorite two words. Do your due diligence, and you want to make sure that it doesn't contradict with anything you're taking. Because I am not a doctor. You will need to know what it is that you're putting in your body as far as medication is concerned, and what interactions it could have. Those are in contraindicators, which means that if I take this, will it have an effect on that? That's your contraindicator. Or if you're pregnant or you're nursing, you need to know things that you can take and things that you can't take if you are pregnant or you're nursing or if you're taking medication. If you are not taking anything, then chamomile is considered generally safe. I got chamomile, and I was speaking of Karen because she mentioned the mint that she would have. I also have mint in there. At first I was like, should I put some mint in my tea when I'm trying to go to sleep? But yes, because the mint is also anti-inflammatory. The mint helps to open up your airways, your passageways. It helps with colds and flus. It helps with allergies and congestion. So peppermint is very, very good for that. And actually, it's spearmint. I explained to the ladies too that if you go to places like Walmart and shop right in them, and you buy those little plants in the store, anytime you buy a plant in a store and it just says mint, know that it is spearmint. It is only peppermint or chocolate mint if it indicates it. If there is no sign on it, normally it's spearmint. That is the general mint that they use for everything. Normally when they're selling mint and it just say mint, know that you have spearmint. But so I have spearmint, chamomile, roasted chicory, elderberry, and Kenobi Iba. I know Kenokibi Iba. So that is a herb that I use to lower my blood pressure. Um, it's a herb that I found, and I actually have to share that with the ladies as well. There is a Caribbean store near me, an African store, and they have herbs that they bring directly in their country. I'm so mad because right now they don't have any soursop. I'm waiting for them to bring the soursop. They have actual soursop that they bring from their country, and I get it from them before I go buy it in shop, right, or somewhere else. So, how y'all doing tonight? How are y'all doing tonight? Yeah, that soursop is on the money. Soursop. Get you some soursop. It is the best anti-cancer fruit there is. Whether you use the leaves, whether you use the fruit. If you have somebody that is battling issues of cancer, or they used to have cancer, you should be giving them soursop. Soursop should be part of their daily life. They should be drinking soursop tea in the daytime, soursop tea at nighttime. They should be taking soursop, in addition to some other things that they should take, that's going to help with their overall well-being. Remember, we want to be well. We want to take as things that are going to help us be well, so we get to the point where we don't need medication. That we are feeding our bodies. We are giving our bodies the right condition, excuse me, so that it can heal itself. The body is a self-healing organism under the right conditions, which means we got to be well. We got to think well. We got to speak well. We got to be well in our heart. And we got to be well with what we put into our body. Okay? And we got to flush out those things that don't belong there. Do I have any questions? Ray of Sunshine, you got some tea tonight? What kind of tea you drinking? I just told y'all my tea. So I'm going to sit y'all here because I want you to be able to see what I'm doing as well. So I do have my gloves. I already sterilized my jar, so I won't have to sterilize it. And next I'm going to take this off because I am always around with this. And I feel like it's got germs on it. Even though I clean it, I just always feel like it has germs. So let's talk about some of the goodies before we get into there. me see. I want to make sure I don't miss any comments either. Oh, TC got some chamomile. Oh, chai tea. Love it, love it. Listen, I am an advocate of that chamomile, y'all. Oh, so I mentioned, so I don't know if you guys got a chance to see my video I did, and I did wash my hands. The video I did where I interviewed the owner of El Shaddai, y'all. So I was hoping my Renaissance grandma came in because I wanted to warn her and tell her too. They are really coming after people who sell herbs. They are coming after people who sell herbs or any type of well-being things you do to help keep yourself well that is not under traditional Western medicine. So I went into El Shaddai, the herb shop, the wellness shop, and he was telling me that they froze his bank account. He said someone had stole $6,000 from him. So he went into the bank to close out the account. He went, "Hey Mona." He went into the bank to basically, he went into the bank to complain that somebody stole $6,000 from him. When he did that, the bank was like, "Oh, well, we heard that you're a health and beauty shop." And he was like, "Yeah, I am. That's what I do." And I already shared with y'all. I even showed y'all the receipts of them playing with his money on the internet. What do you call it? The system, the pay systems, where they his credit card, the place he used to accept credit cards for his website, where they was telling him that if he sold wellness stuff, he wouldn't be able to use their credit card system. Well, now they got to the point where the bank told him, and I'm going to shout y'all out because TD Bank, y'all wrong for that. Like, y'all are so wrong, and this is just me. I seen the receipts. I know what happened. I'm standing on it. So they basically, they closed his account. They, got him back his $6,000 that the person stole. And they told him that we see that you're a wellness shop, but if you have anything in your store that has the word hemp in it, or if you have other things in that shop that claims to heal people, then we're freezing your bank account. Wait a minute. My money that I put in your bank, you're going to tell me that I can't have my money because I sell wellness? Y'all, that thing deep. Like, that thing is so deep. And what I was going to say is, for those of us that make wellness products, like, I don't work with hemp, but I'm going to tell you how deep it is. The bank, when they closed his account, he had went to Africa. And while he was away, no, when he happened to come back that last Thursday, and he said the bank was in his store, walking around taking notes of, when I tell you, not only the bank told him he had to take things down, but the website host told him anything with hemp in it. And I'm going to tell you how deep it is. Y'all know Dr. Bronner makes hemp soap. Do you know they told him that he could not have Dr. Bronner's hemp soap in his shop if he wanted to bank with them? If he wanted to bank with them, they told him he has to take Dr. Dr. Bronner off the shelf and off of his website. Anything that was with hemp. He also had products in there for healing, like for cardiovascular health. So tonics. I don't know if y'all remember when I was in the store, I showed y'all his tonics. If you didn't see that video, please go see the video. But he has tonics in there. And they was telling him he could keep the tonic on the shelf, but he had to take the signs down that were hanging up outside and on his wall that lists the healing things that the tonic does. Y'all, I was done. I, my mind was blown. And if I had not seen it myself, I saw the video of the person from the bank. I've never seen a bank come into your store to tell you what the point. And I said to him, "Did you go get your money? Go get your money, call them out, and take your money out that bank. You don't have to bank there." He said, "I'm 2 steps ahead of you. I already did that. I took my money out to them. They don't have to worry about me coming back there to bank with them ever again." And I said, "You need to do a review." Because those reviews, guys, when you are dissatisfied with a product, make sure you get on there and do a review. I had this doctor one time, and man, she was horrible. She was lying on reports, and I think I shared that with you guys. I wrote her a review, and those reviews don't come down unless you take it down. I wrote a review of her behavior. It's unacceptable. Like, it was unacceptable. And yep, she was the one who gave me that injection and did not tell me about the high blood pressure and the spike in blood sugar. Yeah, she did it. She the one who did it. And I wrote her a nice review that's going to be around for 10 years. Because one thing people do, y'all, is they do go and they go, Lord, they go into those reviews, and it helps them decide whether or not they want to see doctors. I know with my seniors, some of them were changing doctors because I don't know if it happened to you guys, because YouTube is all over the world. Is so many insurances change. So many insurances change. I had to change my insurance because my doctor no longer took my insurance. Like, they really was trying to cut me off from this doctor that I've developed a 30-year relationship from, but she no longer took my insurance. And while I was quite upset about that, I said, let me go check and see what insurances she take so that I could change my insurance so that I can have the same doctor. So, you guys, make sure you check out your insurance. Make sure that it's still covering the things that you need it to cover. Otherwise, you can't change your insurance unless you have a life event. That has to be an acceptable life event because they are strict, y'all. But let me see the comments. I don't want to miss the comments. I've seen a lot of people come in. Thank you so much, Walmart bag. Thank you. Pink, my favorite color. Yeah, the ray of sunshine. That's actually true. That is true. Who is the bank answering to? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm a big believer in reviews. And don't think I just only write bad reviews. When I go to the post office or I go to a place and I'm telling you, they give me some service, they give me outstanding service. Like this the minute so besides the African shop marketplace that I go to, there's a Hispanic marketplace that I go to. And I'm gonna share you the herbs that I picked up from them. I thought was very, very interesting. Um thank you guys. About the pink, it's my color, y'all. I love everything pink. Y'all see my everything in my house is pink mostly. But anyway, I digress. So reviews, I do good reviews. I do when they are horrible. I do horrible reviews. I let them know that they were horrible, because I don't like when doctors are not forthcoming. And then I don't like if you're a liar. Like, you took a Hippocratic oath. Like, don't be no liar. I know you out for your money. You trying to get your money from these companies and all them, but you're not going to do it at the expense of my life. We seen what happened when that doctor was telling people that they had cancer and all those freaking people did not have cancer. One lady died from all of the chemotherapy and she never even had cancer. Man, he better be glad he made it to prison. Like, seriously. But then there was the man that they just got him. He got mad because he was under investigation for some malpractice. This fool went and got some needles. We don't even know what was in them. And he was injecting them into the blood bags. You know how people get, like I was getting a blood transfusion? He was going around. They bust him on camera. And this is what I don't understand. After you see him inject the first bag, nobody ain't think to send security down to go get him before he injected a bunch of bags. Like, he didn't just inject one bag. He injected a whole lot of bags of blood. One lady was uh so critical from, and I don't even think they even identified what he put in the doggone bags. Like that's just crazy. It's insane to me. Like y'all, the insanity to think that what some of these people do is insanity to me. Every choice that we make has a consequence. So if you are doing something and you've taken this Hippocratic oath and you're a doctor and you're doing something, and actually it don't even have to be that far. All choices have consequences. And I used to say to myself, I was young, did stupid things. I always prayed that none of my choices that I make, that I pay the price for my own choice. Because we know scripture says that the sins of the parents shall fall on the children. I would never ever want my children to pay the price for something that I did. Never, ever, ever. Never. And so think about those people when you make those choices. We think that karma does not exist. Karma is a universal law. A universal law. Let me stop preaching, y'all. How y'all doing tonight? I am so sorry. I'm trying to prep to get this for y'all. I'm sorry. I went off on my little tangent. I digress. I am back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. It's just been so many crazy things. Yeah. Yeah. The thing about it is I wouldn't say don't trust them, right? Because believe it or not, a lot of there's some doctors who don't deserve to be there, some doctors who, we ain't gonna talk about that part. But there are some people who really got into medicine to heal people, you know? Um, there are really people who got in to medicine because they really want to heal people. They want to be doctors. They want to make people well. So not all of them are bad. When you find you a doctor, make sure you have a relationship with them. That's what's important because they need to understand your views, your values, your belief system, and then so they know how to treat you according to that. Not just somebody where you're going to go in back, just take this. He ain't got no explanation. He ain't got nothing. Like the doctor I wrote the review about, you know, she explained nothing. Like, Robin, you're in pain. Like, you're in pain. This is what we gonna need to do. She ain't say, now listen, before I give you this, please understand that number one, your blood sugar is gonna spike. Two, you're gonna gain weight. Three, you're gonna lose weight in your extremities. Most of the weight is gonna go to your mid. I mean, she probably ain't gotta be that deep into it because before I would have taken it, I would have went and did research. So that was my fault, and I take whole blame for that. But she didn't say your blood pressure is gonna spike damn near to 200, and none of that. And so I was a little heated with her. And even when I went back and said, look, this is what's going on, she was like, oh, yeah, that does happen. Wait, what? You didn't think to tell me this before I got the injection? Like, really? But so understand that they're not all bad. They really are not. There are some really, really good doctors out there. So just do your due diligence, read those reviews. And you believe it or not, there's a lot of people on there that give reviews. You know how you think they just give reviews for what do you call it? Restaurants. They give reviews for everything. Yeah, because so with doctors like that, they don't like for you to question them. Because when you start to question them, then it's really about what do you know? What do you know about the medication you're giving me? Or did you just hear a good presentation and now you're just trying to push this off on me? I need to know what you know about this medication. Like, tell me, why are you suggesting this? Why do you think that that's a good fit for me? And then what I said to my seniors yesterday is when most people ignore side effects. Not all. Some medications have side effects. They don't have to have a side effect because it has an allergic reaction to you. It could be a side effect to other medications that you're taking because perhaps your doctor didn't look at your list. And I had somebody that happened to. It actually happened to. The doctor didn't realize what they were already taking and prescribed something that was a contradiction. I mean, a contraindicator, which means that they weren't supposed to be taken together. Now, I'm gonna tell you why I love the pharmacy. The pharmacy, though, the pharmacy know their stuff. They will look at your medication, and if a doc, so for instance, when I had to go to the hospital because I wasn't getting healed, and the pharmacy said, "Hey, Robin, the hospital gave you a medication. It does not go with your daily medication that you're taking from your doctor. So for right now, we need you to stop taking the medication that you take daily, and we need you to only take this medicine you just got from the hospital." And I was like, "Thank you very much. Thank you very much." And I'm telling you, every time that has ever happened, it was the pharmacy who said something to me. So I shout out to our pharmacists because they really don't get the credit that they deserve. Let me see. I want to make sure I don't miss any of your questions. Yeah. Uh huh. I know that's right. I we gonna listen. Walmart bag. Do you know that the sunlight itself has thousands of nutrients? Y'all, I just found this out. The sun itself, not only does it provide vitamin D, but it has other natural nutrients that are ignited in our system when we get sunlight. Listen, that sunlight is a powerful thing. And I always tell people, if you see some sun, get out there and get you some. Get out there and get you some. That sun ignites your system. It provides nutrients. And it is why during the wintertime, we all go into hibernation. It is why we all become sad and moody and discouraged, and we suffer from mental health issues because we have no sunlight. Now, another tip that I can give you for that is they do make sunlight light bulbs. There are lights that you can buy that have sort of the same rays as the sun. Of course, it's not the sun, but it does provide light like the sun. And I actually have those bulbs for my plants that are in my downstairs. I have those bulbs in the lamps in my plants downstairs. But a lot of people who suffer from depression and stuff during the winter, a lot of doctors will prescribe light therapy. So you can get these light bulbs that are sunlight light bulbs, and they can kind of like lift your mood and things like that. If you need it, get you some of that. Light therapy is a real thing. Believe me, I help people with that as well. I seen a lot of questions. I want to go back to them. Get that sunlight. Absolutely, freaking on the sunlight. Yes, pharmacists, I see a lot of people, they'll chew pharmacists out and everything, and I don't know what their situation is. I don't get into their situation, but pharmacists are really, 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 really caring. If you got a good pharmacy, they're really, really good people that really, take their job very seriously. And believe it or not, they have accountability in your medication. So I think that's a big reason why they make sure they take their job seriously. And when they ask you at the pharmacy, do you want to discuss this medication? Always say yes. Always say yes. They'll ask you, do you want to discuss this medication before you leave? And say yes. Just because the pharmacist can break down your medication for you in case you don't know. Yeah, I'm telling you, those daylight bulbs work wonders. And I forgot to tell y'all too. Y'all remember my fiddle leaf fig tree last year? I was like crying because it lost all of its leaves except two. And then I mistakenly cut like the brown part off so the leaf is like disfigured. I'm so happy to report I got two new leaves on it. I haven't tell you how. So it's funny, y'all, because I feel like I'm so behind in gardening. I keep forgetting I don't live in Georgia, so I can't plant all year round or have things going like everybody else does. And I love watching everybody's channel. And then I get sad because I'm like, I can't get in the garden. Like we got snow today. Well, let me say this. What that mess is out there, that ain't snow. It was blowing around, felt like sand. Like I don't know what that mess is that's outside there, y'all. They said it's snow. It looked like sand. Anyway, so basically, I can't get out there in the garden, but I love how God reminds us that He is forever in charge of life. And it's so funny. I have been going past my plant. And I seen a little leaf picking out. I said, I ain't gonna look at it. I'm gonna let it get big because fiddle leaf fig leaves, they get humongous. And it was just so pretty. And I feel so blessed because I feel like even though it's not spring yet and I can't get out into the garden, like all my spider plants, I mean, my snake plants, my spider plant got a whole new plant on it. Um, my monstera, it's so pretty because it has so many leaves on it. And I don't know, I kept them in the little pot that they came in, but like I love it. But seeing all the new leaves on it just reminds me that God is still in control of life, and this life is um he's still growing and things are still growing despite what the weather is. When God calls something forth, it comes forth, y'all. And I'm just so happy because all of my snake plants, they look so nice, y'all. They look, my mother's tongue snake plant, like they all look so beautiful. My fiddle leaf fig, I'm gonna wait because the little second plant is like sticking out of it, and it's so pretty, y'all. Like I just want to let it grow because I feel like if I get too excited, I don't want it to fall off or something. Because I had one before and it was growing, and then it fell off. I don't know. I overwatered it. I don't know. I did something to it. But God is good. Mona, light therapy is a real thing. And normally, doctors give men vitamin D in the wintertime because they fall on, believe it or not, they go through those different mood swings during the winter, but they don't understand that it's because the lack of vitamin D, the lack of sunlight. But like tomorrow, right? Even though we got this thing that they call snow outside, tomorrow is supposed to be so sunny, and I'm gonna get out there and get me some sun. I went to see, God is just so good in my life right now. Like I can't even explain it to y'all. Um, but a little treat next week. I'm going to show you guys how to make this amazing hibiscus tea. Well, sorrel. We're gonna make a sorrel tea. I got a recipe from my African brother, and he gave me a recipe to make, and we're gonna make it together. What I will do next week is I will put the ingredients in on my community tab, and that way you guys can see the ingredients and you can make it along with me. So let's see. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss any comments, y'all, because y'all know I love to talk. Walmart bag, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you commenting and sharing along with us. Make sure you come back and I'll check out your channel as well. Yeah, yeah. Actually, we had to talk to like Mike or GT Junior and see do they, because they're in Alaska. And I shout out to those guys. I haven't seen them in a minute. I miss those guys. I'll have to catch up to them, check out their channels and see what's going on. I've been so kind of just life been life, y'all. Is all I can say. I'm blessed because I'm still here. And I said that to one of my kids today. I said, listen, it's a reason you're here. And it's not to be committing no crimes. It is not to be doing none of that. There's a greater purpose for your life. And it it is a blessing if you find out what it is before you leave this earth. And I was sharing with him, like, because he's 15. Like, it is, it is a sin to die before your mom. Why would you want to put yourself at risk for that? Like, but that's another story for another day. But have a good night, Walmart bag. Karen, I missed it. You got a fiddle leaf fig? Yeah, I'm so excited about that plant. Let me tell you, I was so sad, y'all, when the leaves was falling out. Yeah, I had my neighbor gave me an aloe plant, and for some reason, I thought he kept his aloe out all year long. I left my aloe out. It got some snow, and it said goodbye. Lord. So I have another aloe plant. I bought two of those spearmint plants today. Which, hey Janet, hey Janet and Mona, in the comments, if you're drinking tea tonight, let me know what tea you got. Y'all know it's a nighttime tea. I want to know what's in your coffee cup today. Ooh, I got a treat to show y'all, but it's gonna be next week. I got another treat for y'all, but it's gonna be next week. Next week, I am going to show you guys how to make this roselle tea. Ah, y'all. I love y'all know so y'all know I'm writing my material medica, and I am going to use the recipe that he gave me for making this roselle tea. That will be one of the recipes that's going to be in there. So I'm so excited of that. Yeah. Yep, absolutely. It is. Listen, I used to always tear up some rosemary, y'all. Ah, so my basil requires a lot of water. Honey, if you go without watering that basil, it start shriveling up. You gotta water basil. That's a fact. And I have at least about 6 bowls of basil out there. You really gotta water that basil. Let me see what else. She said her basil and mint. The mint, oh my God, mint is a survivor. Like all winter long, I was eating chocolate mint. So I haven't been out there. I listen. They will be mad at me at Wine Down Wednesday because I have not been there on Garden Confessions. They'll be mad at me. I have not been out there because the weather has been too funky, and I have all this vegetables and mushrooms that I need to put out there. I'm probably this weekend. I'm going to Tractor Supply and get some soil. I want to start amending the beds before I start putting some new seeds and stuff down. So I did not do any seeds inside. She said mint requires some mild neglect. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. Hey, Jane Dow. Thank you very much. Everybody like my pink, huh? Yeah. That you know that what's funny, Ray of Sunshine, is you're going to get to know your plants. Like you really are gonna get to know them, and you will see for yourself. Like which one is it that don't like to be moved? Oh my rosemary. Oh my gosh. Not only do I not like a lot of water, which I'm happy because I had oregano in there, I had thyme in there, I had a tomato plant in there. And this is my rosemary bowl that I had. So I had other plants in there that soaked up all the water, like the tomato needed lots of water. But the other plants and the rosemary does not like a lot of water. I'm rosemary and lavender. Oh man, I used to fight with them every year. Now the funny thing is the lavender that I grew in the house, oh, it thrived. Oh, it was wonderful. But the moment I tried to grow it outside, it fought me every day all the way. I must have bought about 20 lavender plants. Every year I tried again. And when that one died, I go get another one. And then I'm out again, I'll go get another one. And I don't know. I gotta do some deep dive research on lavender because it's funny, but I was able to harvest from it. I still have lavender that I harvest from the plant. It allowed me to harvest, but it died, and I didn't cut all of it off. You're only supposed to cut like 30% of the plant. Plants don't like for you to cut the whole thing off, but because they're temperamental like that, most of them. And I would just take just what I need, dry it, use it, and I'm telling y'all that I made the most amazing. I made a pet spray with lavender. Now, I will always tell the pet owners that came to my booth, just make sure your pet don't have a reaction to it. It's still a plant. But that lavender, oh my, it makes the most amazing room spray. I made room spray. I made pet spray with it. Like, it is amazing. What I'm going to say. Yeah, I have two rosemaries that survived. I have two rosemaries that survived. I have one lavender I was able to harvest from, but I don't think it's coming back. Janet, it is true though. You are so right. Oh wow. Let's see. Oh, Mona, you gotta. I want to see how far you got with the temperature blanket. And you making a purse and a cardigan now? Wow. Oh, I'm supposed to finish this hat. I'm supposed to finish crocheting a hat for someone. Ah. Anywho, let me get this stuff going, y'all. Y'all can feel free to chat while I pull this stuff out and show y'all. If I miss something, somebody nudge me. Thank you so much, Mona. Thank you, Jane Dell. Let me see. Okay. I'm still missing comments, y'all. Try not to miss it. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. You know what I got that I shared with my seniors, y'all? So I got some onions that started sprouting. And I was explaining to them, you can cut those and cook with them. That's growing out of there. Absolutely. And did you know that you can put tea leaves, like say like some green tea or black tea or whatever, take and sprinkle them. I have my potatoes, onions, garlic, and sweet potatoes in a cardboard box. I have a box that I set up just for those because they don't go in the refrigerator. And if you put tea leaves in it, it keeps the onions from ripening the other things, causing them to sprout. But the onion itself will still sprout. But it keeps it from ripening the other. Because when you put onions with other fruit or vegetables, it causes them to ripen fast and they'll go bad. So, just a little note. Nice, Janet. Crocheting some little hearts. Let's see. Oh my goodness. That's what I'm going to make next week. We're going to make us some sorrel, roselle, some tea. And it's going to be awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, what I got from El Shaddai, the spot, I got some. Y'all see me buy this before, but I got some sorrel. This is what we're going to use to make that tea next week. We're going to use some sorrel. Y'all know I love some sorrel. I love hibiscus, roselle. I love them all. I was able to cut the two little roselle out of the plant that seeds that Mona gave me that I was able to get to grow. I got two little ones off of there. Hey, I love it. It worked for me. And I picked up this. He told me that this was good for my immune system. So this is, I'm going to show you. It's Dr. Robert. He said he swears by Dr. Robert products right now. So I picked this up. And if anybody want a couple packs, let me know. I'll send you some. But it's immune health, anti-cancer health, joint health, like pain, Oh, rheumatism. Okay. Pain and rheumatism, heart health, mental stress, cholesterol health. That was one of the things that the ladies were asking me too. They were talking about cholesterol, and I did do some research on cholesterol, and it is a subject that I do want to dive into because it is a whole lot bigger than you guys think, but it's also you can fix it. You can help to clear out your arteries. So I'll have to work on that. So that's one of the subjects that I will tackle later on is how to deal with the cholesterol. So this is that tea, y'all. This is what I picked up from El Shaddai. And again, we're going to use that roselle to make us this banging tea. So from the Dominican shop, it was so funny. So I I was saying to you guys, I don't know if you remember me sharing with you, that if you need like a pick me up in the mood in the morning to boost your system, that you can put some eucalyptus. You ever had potpourri in your house? You can make your own potpourri. You make your own potpourri, and you can put those leaves right in like a little dish and make your own little potpourri with it. You can even take you some like lavender essential oil and put some drops of it on that like eucalyptus seeds. Like I picked these eucalyptus. I got 2 of those because I really really love eucalyptus. And remember, eucalyptus is very, very strong if you buy the real plant, which I did buy the real plant, and I did try it completely. And I use it for like everything. I use it in my humidifier. I use it for a lot of things. And this is eucalyptus. And there's actually some of the flowers of the eucalyptus that was in there. And you know, they picked that fresh out the garden or the fields. And this is what I got from the Dominican market, guys. So I was surprised when I saw this, and this is more eucalyptus, y'all. It was $1.79. If you knew how much I paid for eucalyptus for some tiny bag of eucalyptus, and believe it or not, you can go to Save a Lot, and they do have these same dried herbs in Save a Lot. If there's a Save a Lot near you, go to the back of the store down where they sell like Dominican food, Spanish food, like I forget what that aisle is called, but it's like food from around the world. Go to at the end of that aisle, they have a in rack where they keep like dried herbs. They even got dried peppers. Dried peppers. So what I was sharing with some of my seniors is I was teaching them that some of them that have diabetes, they have to cut the sugar out. They have to remove sugar, give themselves, start with a week, move on to 2 weeks, and then try to do 30 days without sugar. And because sugar is so hidden in food, they got really read the ingredients to know just so they can do that. So I was telling them, so when they're drinking their coffee and their tea, that they need to find alternatives for coffee. Like for instance, did you know you can use cinnamon to sweeten your coffee? You can use cinnamon, and this is some cinnamon that I got from the Dominican market. You can sweeten it with cinnamon, date sugar, dates themselves, coconut sugar. I have coconut sugar. I have date sugar. Of course, I have sugar in the raw, but I try my best not to use it. But every now and then, it depends. Like when I'm taking oregano oil, y'all, if I take it, the drop under the tongue, I only could do like 1 drop, 2 drops top. That thing is powerful, y'all. Like, oh, I got to run, get something to drink, like, and even getting something to drink, it don't help. So I started putting the oregano oil in my tea. And even with that, it's still strong. So I put a teaspoon of sugar in there. Cause that thing is strong, but it's so powerful. It's so powerful. I tell you, oregano was only second to me to dandelion. So when I was there, and this is it right here, y'all. Look, got some oregano. Yeah. And I'm hoping that this is the cinnamon because it comes from their country. I trust it more than as if it was made here in the U.S. because there is a cinnamon that's on recall, and I'm hoping that this is I got the right one because it's from Central America. But that oregano, y'all, get y'all some oregano. Then I have this. This is, guys, this is, so next week when I get with my seniors, I will be going over herbs. This week was all about vegetables for senior health. Next week is going to be herbs for senior health. A lot of them have some things that they want, me to share about herbs. And they were so receptive, so it's going to be good. But one of them that I want to talk about is going to be wormwood. Wormwood is anti-parasitic. It expels worms out of the body. It expels parasites out of the body. So wormwood, and believe it or not, wormwood could be growing right in your garden. If you have a backyard, you have a field near you, wormwood grows right alongside plantain or dandelion, all types of plants that we get that just grow naturally. No, echinacea is not one of the ones that just grow naturally. But I'm trying to think of ones. What is that one? Milkweed. Normally, I forage my wormwood when I'm getting my milkweed because they both have that same growing period time. Like in the spring, summer, you can find you some wormwood. But this wormwood is good, and you don't even need a lot. Normally, you'll find me using wormwood when I'm giving somebody a detox. If you find yourself like craving sugar a lot, sugary things, then you need to do a detox. You really need to do a detox. And one of the ways you do detox is also with senna leaves. Now, I normally get my senna leaves from Bayor Herbs. I told her where my mentor is, and I found these at the Dominican shop. These are so good. This is such a great detox. If you want to get rid of excess weight, clean out your colon, this senna is going to do that to you. Now, senna needs to be taken at night. Normally, when I do the wormwood and I do the senna, and I also do some burdock, I'll normally make sure they take it at night, like because that senna is going to force your system to flush, not urinary system, but your colon and everything, your intestines going to push it out. And it normally, if you drink the tea at night, 8, 9 o'clock at night, then by the morning you should be using the bathroom. So this is good. The senna is whenever you see like these detox teas, it normally more than 100 times likely has senna in it. Wormwood, not so much, but senna, they normally that senna in it because that senna is going to flush your colon out. Let's see. I know, make sure I don't miss the big comment. Thank you so much, Jane Doe. Janet, let me know how that sorrel tea tastes. That I love hibiscus. I love roselle. I love sorrel tea. Like I love it so much. I'll have the white sorrel, which is they're both my favorite. But I use the white sorrel all the time. No, Karen, it doesn't make you weird. I just want you to be honest and tell everybody how strong it is. That thing is strong. If you ever hear Styles P talk about his oregano oil from his shop, he be like, it's strong, but it's very powerful for you. It's very good for you. So that oregano oil is shoosh. You can't even acquire the taste. I ain't even gonna lie to you. But y'all, I buy a lot of oregano. The dried oregano. Oh, this is Dominican oregano, all natural too. I'm reading it. So nice. And y'all want to hear something funny? I want y'all to do me this favor, right? I went into ShopRite, right? I went into ShopRite because I needed an oil for making this pepper oil, right? And so whenever there are certain oils that I make that I'm very particular about the oil that I use. So I was going to use olive oil. So when you are making an oil like this and it's I'm going to be using it for the skin, I don't like to use extra virgin. Um I don't like to use extra virgin olive oil for it. So I was looking for a classic olive oil, but one that came from a single country. Remember, stay away from oils that come from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different countries just in one bottle. And then a lot of times they have soy oil mixed in it. You got to be very, very, very careful. So when I was there, they have this, I'm telling you, like the size of, even bigger than my bed, like the size, this whole wall was olive oil. And for the life of me, I could not find one that had a sink that came from one sole country. I turned every bottle around on that shelf, and they all was from every place you could name. Every place, like it was ridiculous. And I was like, am I not going to be able to find the oil? And I was like, okay, so then I'm not going to use that. And because this oil going to be for the skin, okay, they did not have grapeseed oil at all. Whenever I'm doing skin, making an oil for the skin, I like to use grapeseed oil, or if I'm using it for ingestion, I like to use grapeseed oil or olive oil. Again, I couldn't find the olive oil, and on that shelf there was not one grapeseed oil, not one. I couldn't believe it, and I was like, "How do they not have grapeseed oil?" And then there was only 2 bottles of avocado oil. I ended up getting one of them, which is a good one. I looked it up. So this is the avocado oil that I got. This is the one that we'll be using tonight to make our pepper oil. Yeah, for some reason, they only had 2 bottles of avocado oil. And be careful, guys, because, they will, because of the temperature outside, they'll solidify. Even in my kitchen, my olive oil solidified. Because of the temperature, it's cold. My kitchen gets cold, y'all, like cold. So, and I'm looking at this one. It looks like it was just starting to. So I gotta use it. Hurry, put it in my peppers. So that's the avocado oil that I'll be using today. Yeah, oil from one country. One country. Not company, one country. It'll have a company on there, but it'll say the oil come from Brazil, Colombia, Europe. Like you don't want oils that's been all over the world. Yes, absolutely. Almond oil is very good for hair and skin. Yep. I use almond oil a lot of times in like my bath soaks. I'll use almond oil in some of my skin products. I put a couple drops of the almond oil in there, but almond oil is good for that too. I'll use just a little bit of sweet almond oil. Sweet almond oil is supposed to be really good for your hair. So your hair, your skin, and your nails all need the same nutrients. So that's why you'll see like when they make the vitamins, it's supposed to be for hair, skin, and nails. So there are certain oils and products that are good for hair, but I mean they're also good for your skin and your nails. Because remember that your scalp is still part of your skin, and it requires the same moisture as your skin. So just try to remember that. But what I wanted to show you guys from the Dominican shop before I move all this stuff out the way is they actually have a diabetic tea. So now when I am formulating herbs for people who are diabetic, or I take them to my mentor over there at the market. He creates a formula, a diabetic tea. But here this is this tea is from Mexico, and it is a diabetic tea that they created, which I thought was very interesting. Look at that. Isn't it interesting? Look at it. And I can identify some of those herbs in there. And then some I really want to look up. Because there's a lot of root and a lot of bark in here. I know that there's some cocoa meca in here. There is some, what do you call it? A burdock in here. So there's a lot of herbs in here, which is nice. It's this red one. I know what this red one is right here. But off the top of my head, it is escaping me. But I know that one. But they actually have a diabetic tea blend themselves. I know what this is. Oh my God, I know what, oh my God, I can see it. I can see it so bad. Oh my God, I know what this is. It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh my gosh. Oh, y'all, it's going to come to me. I know what this, yeah, I know what that herb is. It's a bark. But, oh my God. Ugh. But I know I see some cocoa meca in here. But very interesting. I like seeing this. I know that there's some burdock in there too. But look at that. It's funny when I see people have blends, even when I go into El Shaddai, his shop, and I see he'll have blends in there. And I go, I know what's in there. But that's all I got from them, which was fun. I'm always going in there. I love seeing them get herbs from their country. And I love talking to them. One of my clients, their kids were sick. All had the flu. And she was like, listen, I'm cleaning the house, Robin. It's not good to see the kids today because, they got a cold. And she's like, and then I'm going to make sure that they drink ginger tea. She said ginger tea is something we should, and they're from the Dominican Republic. And she was saying, oh man, our family use herbs all the time. Like she was giving me herbs to take, and everything. And I just thought I said, it's so funny. I'm here, I'm helping because they're my client, but I'm learning from them as well. Like God put people in your life, John. A lot of times he's answering a lot of your questions that you didn't even know you had. But it was so funny because I'm learning so many things that I'm going to be using. You're welcome, Karen. Okay, so let's get started, y'all. It is 10:30. All right, so let me show you the normal. So this is my jar here. It's been cleaned and sterilized, right? Now, thing about this is I'm going to be using my own peppers that I dried. So this is what normally when they make this recipe, they make a pepper oil. They use these crushed pepper flakes. Now these are kosher, and these are crushed red peppers, right? Normally you see them make that pepper oil with this. So this oil that we make in, right? You can cook with it, but I'm going to use it for its healing properties, right? So let's talk about that while I finish showing you all the ingredients, right? It has that capsaicin in it, which is phenomenal. I don't have my book with me, y'all. I'm gonna just pull up the notes here, because I didn't pull it out and I hate getting up to leave the camera to go get it. So let's talk about it. We will talk about it, and it'll be quick, I promise. Um, uh, And I already showed y'all the olive oil. So red peppers themselves are high in vitamin C, vitamin A, and vitamin K. Okay. We already know that they are antioxidant, they are anti-inflammatory. So those are two of the biggest things, and it's why people use lots and lots of peppers. What I'm going to do with mine is I'm going to use half of it as a healing, as just the oil itself, and I'm going to use some of the oil as for a salve. I'm going to make a salve, a healing salve. So it'll be a pepper oil salve. So it contains carotenoids, lutein. These are all antioxidants, guys, that I'm naming. It contains potassium, folate, and vitamin B6. Bet you didn't know that, huh? So it got that vitamin B6. Peppers are, especially red peppers, are great for eye health. So people who suffer with eye health issues, it helps reduce the risk of age-related macular degeneration. Okay. It also helps with your immune system, your heart health, your digestive health. Believe it or not, red peppers are low in calories and fat. So they're a great choice for weight management. If you're thinking it's gonna, cause you to gain weight, but I use crushed red peppers on mostly everything that I cook, especially meats. I'm not going back to eating chicken yet, but I'm still eating my fish and stuff. So capsaicin, which is the main compound responsible for that hot that you get in peppers, it helps to boost metabolism and reduce pain. That's the properties, that's the oil soluble properties that we want to draw from all of these peppers. It is the capsaicin part of the part of it that heats up and is an antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and a pain reliever, pain reducer. Okay. It is also known that we already know that the anti-inflammatory, but it also is known that peppers can also help fight cancer, free radicals in the body. So with this oil that we make, again, you'll be able to use the oil. You can use the oil straight after you strain it. Then you, like I said, let it sit for 24 hours, and then you can begin to use it. I always let it sit for 24 hours, and I am going to use a good majority of this here. I think I will add this last. Let me show you guys the other stuff that I'm using. So remember, I am trying to focus on the capsaicin part of peppers. This one here. So I already told you about the antioxidant properties. Let's, oh shoot. Come on. No, I'm messing up. Okay, right here. All right, so now the second one I'm using is this cayenne pepper. Remember, I'm trying to turn up the heat and draw as much properties from the peppers as possible. Even though I have some cayenne peppers here that I dried, some habanero peppers, some jalapeno peppers. I'm going to use all different kinds of peppers, guys. So the number one property for cayenne pepper is pain reliever. Cayenne pepper is a pain reliever. I'm sorry. I got to look at your comments too. Yeah. Yep. Good for your eyes. Definitely. Oh, my sister has a global market. She's in North Carolina. But yep, go on over there. Let me know what you find. I love to hear it. So cayenne pepper, again, it is antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, but it is one of the top peppers for pain relief. Okay, so we're going to be using a lot of this. So this is for, again, heart health, weight management, antioxidant. Cayenne pepper is actually good for your digestive health. It is also good for immune support. And cayenne pepper reduces blood sugar levels. That's why you'll see people will do a turmeric shot. They normally do turmeric and they put cayenne pepper in there. to make those little shots because it boosts metabolism. It is great for your immune system support, great for digestive health. So that's just some of the things that it is very, very good for. Cayenne pepper, like I told y'all when I talked about chamomile. This is one of the ones peppers that is considered generally safe for everybody. Now, do your due diligence. If you make this, please make sure you do your due diligence and do your research. Okay. It offers great health benefits for your heart. We talked about that. If the only contraindicator is if you're pregnant or breastfeeding. So if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, it says to see a doctor first before consuming cayenne pepper. Okay. Now, again, everything should be taken in moderation. Because I am not making this to consume, we will not be using this to make a pepper sauce for like seasoning your food, your meats, and things like that. We are basically using this for its healing properties. Okay, so some of the contraindicators, like it says, to make sure that you're not consuming too much of this, because we are not taking this internally. That does not work for why I am making it. Okay. Now, what we're making now, you can also use this as for culinary purposes. People make their own pepper sauces all the time. Hey, Queen, how are you? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Now, this here is my turmeric. Y'all all know those health benefits of turmeric. Same thing like in these, vitamins and nutrients. Turmeric actually gets turned up a little bit more because, again, I am not using this for oral purposes. I'm not using it for culinary purposes. So I do not need to add black pepper. Normally, if you are consuming turmeric orally, you need to add black pepper so that it releases all of those properties of this pepper. This we are using for its oil soluble properties. So we do not need to add black pepper to this. Okay, so I'm adding turmeric to it. Shout out to everybody in the bushes, everybody that's joining in on the chat. Thank you, my lovely admins, my moderators, for your help. I appreciate you so much. So let's go here. I just want to be able to give you all of those benefits because this is going to go quick. This is not how you make this. It's very simple. Okay. So now turmeric is high in phytonutrients, rich in phytonutrients to help protect the body against free radicals. So it is anti-cancer. It actually helps fight with like pollution as well. Like it helps fight because remember we're subjected to things all day long, whether it be environmental things that are in our house. Like I told you guys about making sure that all your cleaning products are turned to the off position the last time we chatted. So turmeric helps to fight all of those environmental factors that we come in contact with. Now, if you are, and I'll do this to tomorrow. There's a young lady, and she that was a senior, and she was talking about a patch on her face came back. There was skin cancer, but she can make a turmeric paste. Turmeric paste helps people who have issues with sunlight, and you can make a turmeric paste to help protect your skin. I would infuse it in oil and use that. Now, I don't know about going out when you're going out in the summertime. I'll have to do my research on that one. But you can make a turmeric paste to help with your skin, help the skin, help put a barrier on the skin. You can make a nice turmeric oil or turmeric salve to help with your skin. And what I would do, and this is just my suggestion, I would add some tea tree to it. Make you a good turmeric oil and some tea tree and help with it. Like even people who have echinacea, like rosacea, skin patches, things like that. You can make you a nice turmeric paste. And again, I will put some tea tree oil in there. Tea tree is one of the best skin healers. And I would make like a nice little turmeric oil or a turmeric salve, which means that you, in order to make it a salve instead of making it just an oil, you would take the turmeric, add some drops of tea tree to it, and I would put it in an oil, allow that to infuse. I wouldn't use the double boiler method. You definitely can, but let it sit for a couple of weeks, and then when it is done, you can add it to melt some beeswax, add it to that beeswax, and you just created a salve. Okay, and then use that for your skin. If you have rosacea, a lot of people have those dry patches on their skin and things, and you can do that. And then also what I just gave you, minus the tea tree, I would add some cayenne pepper to it, and then you can make a nice one for pain. You can make a nice salve for pain. I would do some turmeric and some cayenne pepper. And then you, again, let it sit for a couple weeks. And then add it to some beeswax. And you have a nice salve for pain, like for small spots of pain. Okay? Thank you, Queen. Yep. Add that turmeric and that cayenne. They make you a nice little salve for pain. Like people with arthritis and things like that. Yep, you definitely can. So again, some people can't really take the high heat of the sun, and you can just use it as a nice oil. Again, when it comes to the skin, use something like sweet almond oil. I don't want you to have olive oil on your skin and you roast it in sunlight. So, and then remember, when you are buying oils, find out their boiling point, find out their heating point, so that when you're making your own medicine, I'm not gonna say when you're making your own formulations, for your well-being, your herbal infusions, that you want to make sure you're using the right thing when you're making it. Okay, so again, like if it's for your skin, I would use something like sweet almond oil. I would use grapeseed oil, but not like a high heat grapeseed oil. You want just a regular grapeseed oil, and use that to make like a nice salve for your skin. Okay. So again, that turmeric, the phenomenal health benefits of turmeric. Turmeric also helps, just like the other peppers, just like the peppers, because turmeric's not a pepper, it's a root. It helps with heart health. It's great for your heart health. Great for your cardiovascular health. Great for your immune system. Okay. Let me see what else to say. Heart disease, anti-cancer. Turmeric is good for your digestive system, liver. Again, wounds and skin diseases. So that's why I said, if you the type, and I'm gonna do this tomorrow with the ladies when I see them, those that have those skin issues, this is one of the best things to use for your skin. You can make a nice oil infusion for your skin. Okay, that's a nice little tip from me. So let's get started. Oh, let me show you the peppers that also I'm gonna. So these are other peppers that I dried. I shared this with you guys many videos back when I was drying peppers. I was so excited hydrating them, and I said these are gonna come in handy. So I'm going to use different peppers in this, and that's what they're for. That's what I got them for. Like, I actually think these are cayenne too, but see the red in there? Ooh. So what I like to do too, and I didn't do that for you guys, is a lot of times you have to break the herb or the plant up to release its properties. Okay, like an onion, you gotta cut an onion, and you know that you're supposed to cut an onion in the middle. else you ruin the onion and you're not drawing its properties correctly. So like garlic, like you have to crush garlic in order to release those properties. So it's kind of the same thing. I'm going to break these open so that I can release those properties that's in them. Even though they'll release, I want to help them release. Okay, so that's these, and this is the jar that I keep it in. Okay, so that's one, a different pepper. So I'm making a nice big jar because I want to be able to serve a lot of people with this. So all I'm going to do is just kind of crack these open, crush them so that I get those things opened up. I know there's seeds and things still in here, so I want all of those properties in here. Okay. Make sure I'm getting them all, y'all. Oh, it's already broken. Okay. So I just want to break them open. Now, these are those peppers I had where you couldn't touch them with your hand. That's how hot they were. Like, you had to have gloves on because their Scoville level was really hot. So that's these peppers. And so I made sure today. Normally I'm like making things because I clean my hands, but nope, I have my gloves on. Because I'm sure that hotness did not go away. Okay, so that's that one. And I have these. I should have made it in a giant jar like this one. But again, I didn't get enough oil. So I'm going to make a nice one. Look at that. I love it. As y'all can see, look at those in there. Y'all, they still smell hot. They still smell hot. Oh my goodness. Again, I'm trying to draw all that nice properties from these. It's so funny, but I don't want to use them all. I'm being stingy, y'all. I don't want to use them all. Okay. Okay. All right. So that looks good. See that? And normally I try. So whenever you're doing an infusion, the what you're using is called the constituent. So all these peppers are constituent, and then the oil that I use to infuse it is called my medium. Okay, my medium is what I use to extract the properties from my constituent. Okay, just a little vocab for you guys. All right, because you'll hear me say it and I'll go back and forth and I forget that I got to use language that everybody understands. So if you hear me going back and forth, I apologize. I want to make sure that you guys understand what it is that I'm doing. Look, I'm still adding some more in there. Okay, I promise that's it. All right. So those are those two. Now, I'm going to add my turmeric. Again, for what I'm not using this for oral purposes, so I do not need black pepper to be with my turmeric. And look at that. Oh, yeah. It smells so fresh and so good. This is turmeric that I dried myself. Can y'all see that? This is all turmeric that I dried myself. And I'm not being stingy with it. I'm using a nice bunch of it because I actually have some more turmeric downstairs that I need to dry. Right now, I was drying rose petals that I'm going to be using in my skincare products. I'm going to be making a new batch of skincare products. People been at my booth and they're like, you're running low. So I need some new herbal toothpaste that I have to put over there. To put some new herbal toothpaste over there. I just picked up some more neem that I use in there. And I just picked up some more coconut oil. So I was able to find a nice clean bottle of coconut oil from ShopRite. So I just use half of the turmeric. Y'all can see that? I use half of that jar. So that's this. Y'all see that now? Okay, so that's that. Now, the other thing is whenever you're making an infusion, you have to make sure that your oil is higher than your constituent and what you're infusing. It has to be above it. So if I don't have enough, that this jar is not big enough to cover all of this, I have to go add some more to it. Just understand I'll go add some more. And then don't forget to label. You have to label everything, because you do not want to be taking something or giving something and you don't know what's inside of it. Okay, that's important. Now, the hardest part is going to be this cayenne pepper. But I'm going to add this. Look, I got a pepper on my keyboard. Did I miss anybody? Anybody got any questions? I know I'm like moving right along. Anybody got any questions? I apologize. I don't want to miss your questions because I know that I'm talking and moving and moving and moving. Okay. Y'all, these peppers is hot, y'all. I can smell them. I really can smell them. They smell as fresh as the day I dried them. Like, it's crazy. But very, very fresh. So now, I'm going to add this. Now, I'm going to save some of these because it's funny. I do want to make that pepper oil for cooking. And these are great for making that pepper oil. Even though I have some more downstairs. Don't be afraid to use the crushed red pepper, guys, okay? And because I have different peppers in here, I'm not going to use as much of the crushed red pepper as I thought I was. Because I do have plenty other peppers in here that I'm going to get what it is that I'm trying to extract from it. Let me see. I want to shake this up first, guys, because I can't shake it up with the cayenne. And cayenne becomes airborne when you shake it. Actually, the moment I start pouring it, it's airborne. Okay, so this is what my jar is looking like. I have 1, 2, 3 peppers in there already. Actually, maybe more than that, because some of them, and then I have turmeric. So 3 peppers and turmeric now. Okay. TC, see you in these YouTube streets. Get some rest, darling. And for everybody that left, thank you so much for coming in. Make sure you guys hit the like button before you go. Okay, y'all. I'm going to pour this. I'm going to attempt to pour. And don't do like me. I'm in my bedroom pouring this, right? Which I should not be. Because cayenne stains. And so does turmeric. Turmeric stains things. And so does cayenne. Y'all, I'm so afraid to pour this. I'm going to pour it. Okay. Ooh. Okay. I think that should be enough. What do y'all think? I think that should be enough. Look, I'm trying to shake it with the dang on lid off. I really want those cayenne properties in here. Let me close this back up. Oh, let me see. This, guys, this lid. If you guys have not seen, I did a podcast today on the love we seek. So if you're on my pages, my Instagram or my Facebook page with me, make sure you check it out. Let me know what you guys think. I do a podcast with another brother, and it's just trying to be right and be of service to people. And It was a great podcast today, and I really felt like we did a good job. And he just sent me an excerpt from it, which he probably already tagged me on my Facebook page with it. But let me know what you guys think. There we go. This is going to be our healing oil. Look at that. Before I pour the oil, which is the final ingredient, look at that. Look at that, y'all. That look powerful in there, don't it? Ooh, I can't wait till it's done. Wow, that's going to be good. That is a lot, too. Okay. Normally, I fill it up a little bit more than that. Let's see. Maybe I'll put some more of these in here. Some of the crushed red. I like to get this jar, nice and full. I am afraid that I don't have enough oil, but again, I will just add more if I feel that it's not enough. Oh, look at me. Wrong lid, not paying attention. That's why I'm trying to keep my nose away from it. I was so afraid it was going to become airborne. Oh my God, you have no idea. Okay, now we good. Now we good. Now we good. Now my jar is where I need it to be. Okay, so let's add the last thing, which is our oil. Okay. And I'm not going to keep you guys late. I get up early in the morning. So, okay. Whoa, I'm getting there, y'all. I don't know if I can do it with the other hand, but. All right, so we're going to pour this in and pray we have enough. So now I'm just adding the oil. And again, I am using avocado oil, which is good for the skin. I gave you some other oils that you can use, but avocado oil is very, very good for the skin. You can use it for the skin, which is what we're going to be using this for. This is not for oral purposes. We're trying to draw the medicine out of this. And then don't forget, you get you like a little skewer or something, and you pour it, you stick it down in there, because remember, all these peppers is compacted down there. And we need to break it all up to make sure that oil is reaching all of it. I'm going to get as much of these medicinal properties from these peppers as possible. There we go. I know when I open it up, y'all, it's going to be like, whoosh. I can imagine the smell. Okay. Y'all, this will make a great pepper oil to eat with, though. Okay. And then remember, you need to keep it in a cool, dry place where it's not getting sunlight, which will have an impact on the infusion process. And I want to use all of this bottle. Looks like I'm going to be able to get it all, too. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. So then all you need to do is to make sure that you get all of this oil. And so you just leave it sitting up like this until you can extract all of the properties from it that you need. There's still oil in there. It just has to take its time to get down the bottle. And what you can do is you can put the lid back on it, sit it upside down so all that oil come down, and then you just open the lid up and put it back in there again. But this, because we're coming up on We are on our 11 o'clock hour. I just want to shake it up one more time in front of you guys so you can see it. What I'm going to do, again, I'm going to put the lid on it. Put the cap, anyway, back on it. And I'm going to turn it upside down and let all those oils come down all the way. And then I'll go back and turn it over again. Okay. So let's see if we can get this so you guys can see this. And I wanted to make as much as possible. I really wanted to make a lot. There's a lot of things I want to do with this. A lot of people want to help with this. So I want to get all of that. You guys see, I still have all this cayenne at the bottom. And I got to get that cayenne infused into this oil. Now, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to go by and shake it. Every time you think about it. Normally, once a day is good enough. It's shaking it for the next few weeks. Keep on shaking it. You want to keep shaking it and getting all those properties out of there. I am going to add some more oil to this, y'all. I'm going to go get some more. Because as you can see, every time I try to get all of that bottom out of there, and you can see all that space at the top, there needs to be oil there. So I have to add some more oil to this. Some more avocado oil. So I'm going to add some more. Okay, because I want this jar to be full. But can you imagine when this is done? Oh my goodness. I will keep you guys updated. When I go to strain it, I am going to update you guys. I'm going to let you, I'll do it on a live, like one night that we're chit-chatting and drinking tea. We'll talk about straining this bad boy, okay? So that'll be in the next 6 weeks or so. Sometimes I like to let it sit a little bit longer, but 6 weeks is good. Some people do it for 2 weeks. Some people do it for 4. I'm going to do it for 6. Okay. So there we are. We made our homemade pepper oil. This is our healing pepper oil. Now, again, if you want to use this for culinary purposes, you can. I would just suggest that you use like an olive oil or, like an olive oil. You can use avocado oil because they do. Avocado oil, let me see, does have heat in some that are have good heat inputs. Like this one, its highest is 500 degrees Fahrenheit is its smoke point. See that on the bottle? They should tell you. If it doesn't tell you a heating point or a smoke point, then it is not a oil to be cooking in or frying food in or anything like that. Okay. It should say on it whether that oil can take heat. Normally you want one that's not heat if you're doing something that's for like the skin or something like that. Like I said, like to make that turmeric one, you don't want one that's for frying. You don't want to use one that's for frying. Okay? Or if you want to make that skin oil or that salve. But again, you can use avocado oil, just not one for heating. You can use that. That's a good one. You can use olive oil. If it's for the skin, try to get a plain olive oil. And make sure it's still kosher. Make sure it still comes from one single source. You definitely want to do that. But this is the one I have. Let me see. So see, you can see there's more oil in there. See that? So I'm just going to turn that upside down. So I'm going to take these gloves off because they have pepper juice all over it. After I shake this the last time. Y'all, I'm still not at 100% strength. I'm going to get there, though. Okay? It looks so good, y'all. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. There we are. Thank you guys so much for making this with me. I appreciate you guys so much for joining me. Hi, Georgia Peach Nut. Hi, Miss Lady. How are you? Absolutely. Thank you, Jane Dow. I love you too. Yeah, Queen. Yeah, this will sit for 30 days. No less than 30 days. And knowing me, it'll be 6 weeks that it sit. It'll be about 45 days, 60 days. I'll have it for a while. Again, I'm trying to get. I'm gonna be using this to heal for pain. So we're gonna be using this for pain. So I'm gonna add some more oil to it because it is not at the top all the way. You see that headspace? And it needs to be all the way up. I'm going to use that. I want to get that. And then after it sits for about 6 weeks, I'm going to strain it out. I'm going to strain it out. This is a pepper oil. We're making healing pepper oil. We're making healing pepper oil, Miss Georgia Peachnut. So, and again, I'm using this for healing. I'm not using it for oil purpose, but you can use this as a pepper sauce for cooking. This is how they make the pepper sauce, the pepper oil for cooking. I posted a picture of it, and that's a picture of making it for culinary purposes. You can make this as a pepper oil for cooking, but if you use as much cayenne pepper that I use in there and them hot peppers, man, you better be somebody that could take some heat, okay? Because this thing is hot. Like it's really hot. Like I know I use at least a cup of cayenne pepper in here. And then I use at least I know it's more than a cup of turmeric in it. So in here I have the different peppers that I use. I use a crushed red pepper, I use cayenne pepper. Um what else? I use two other hot peppers in there, some habaneros. Um I think they weren't chili peppers. They were hotter peppers than the chili. Uh but it's hot, y'all. You can use it as a pepper sauce. You absolutely can because I use avocado oil. But I'm going to use this as a healing oil. I'm going to strain this out and then yep, it is consumable. Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, so there we are. So listen, guys, I am so grateful. I'm so humble and happy that you guys came in to join me on my live tonight with the nighttime tea. I did start a little late, so we're okay with the time. Instead of 9:05, I did 9. I think it was like 9:16, something like that. So I appreciate you guys coming in. Yeah, I know this is my year that I am focused on being better this year than I was last year. Been through a lot last year, and the start of this year was a bit trying. So I am doing my best to just be a better person than I was last year. And I told y'all a big thing for me and that I also wish for you is just to find some joyful moments. Find joy in little moments, those little moments that you can grasp. Find some joy in it and make this your year of peace and love. And don't let nobody disturb your peace, okay? That peace is so important. And then find some time for yourself. Always take some time for yourself. Somebody had reminded me that I am so much to so many people, and I am constantly doing things. And I had to think about what he said because I was like, wow, that is true. I'm like constantly running and constantly running. And um, but I do it's funny, but I do find joy in being of service to other people. Like my whole little Meals on Wheels, helping feed homeless and feed some seniors and provide food to a whole lot of people. Those things give me great joy. Like they give me great joy, y'all. Like great joy. And I don't want nobody to think that I'm not happy to do those things. I love doing those things. And right now it's so cold, so I'm trying to figure out ways that we can get some hats and scarves and gloves and stuff to some homeless people. So I'm working on that. And those little things give me great joy. Like they really do. And that's what I wish for you is that absolutely. And I can't be nobody else but me, and you can be nobody but you are amazing. You are amazing. I am amazing. God didn't create us not to be. He created us imperfect, but he did not created us that we were not these great things that have such amazing potential. And this is what I tell my young kids when I meet with them. Like, you have a purpose and you need to find out what it is. I can't find it for you. You got to find it, and then I can help you maximize it, but you got to find it. Um, Thank you so much, Queen. I appreciate that. So in those moments, find those joy in those moments. I wish you peace. I wish you love, and I wish you joy. Because joy is one of those things that is so hard to come by. We always hear people say, "Oh, they want happiness and happiness and happiness." Happiness is fleeting. Happiness is conditional. It is based on conditions. But joy is a greater feeling. Joy is a greater feeling, and nobody can take that from you. So I wish that for everyone. And Jane Doe, you are so right. Have a blessed night, everybody. I thank you so much for joining me, even those that were in the bushes. And if you watch this on a replay, make sure you hit hashtag replay and a replay gang. And listen, there's so many amazing people in that chat, in this chat. Please go check them out. Please go follow them. Please go get them a like and a comment on their channel. Tell them that I sent you with some love to go check them all out. Thank you so much, GP, Mona, and Jane Doe. My moderators love you so much. Karen, everybody, Queen, everybody that came in to this chat. I thank you guys so much. Y'all have a blessed night. All right. Have a wonderful, wonderful, blessed night. And thank you.